Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our 2022 International Youth Fellowship Online Global Camp. Once again, my name is Marjorie, and good afternoon, everyone. And this time, to formally start our program, we are having first an energizer, and it is actually the chair dance. Ladies and gentlemen, let's call on Miss Phoebe up on the screen.
Hi everyone, I am Febby and I will be your Energizer Master for today. Since we're always in front of our computers and gadgets, we tend to feel stiff from too much sitting. So I've prepared a chair dance energizer. That means you can use this energizer anytime. Are you ready? Can you show me your heart sign? Okay, I think everyone is ready. The steps are quite easy, so you just need to follow me. Let's start. Just feel the music and sway your body.
So watch me bring the fire, set the night light.
Open.
Shoes on, get up in the morning, cup of milk, let's rock and roll.
Stop.
Kink out, kick the drum, rolling on like a rolling stone. Sing song when I'm walking home, jump up to the top of the brown. Think down, call me on my phone, nice tea, and I'll get my ping pong.
Open.
Heavy, can't hear the bass, boom, I'm ready. Life is sweet as honey, get this beach treated like money. Things go all alone, I'm into that, I'm good to go. I'm down, you know I glow. Hey, so let's go. 'Cause
1, 2, 3, 4,
stars tonight.
down.
So watch me
1,
bring
2,
the
3,
fire,
4,
set the
up,
night light.
down,
Shining
shining,
through the city with the little
Good
funky
job.
sound. So I'ma
1,
light
2,
it
3,
up
4,
like
up,
dynamite.
and down. Open.
Friend, join the crowd. We wanna come along. Word up,
Let's repeat.
talk, just move right up the wall. There are lines, skies are
Yeah,
lights, so
continue.
it's the breakdown. Ladies and gentlemen, I got the medicine.
Next, open legs. Open.
Let's get it heavy. Can you hear the bass? Boom, I'm ready. Levies, students, honey. Yeah, this big chain like money. And things
Good job.
all alone. I'm in today. I'm good to go. I'm down. You know
Next.
I'm glowing. And let's go.
1, 2, 3, 4, up, down. 1, 2, 3, 4, up, and down. Shining. 1, 2, 3, 4, up, down,
Watch me bring the fire, set the
Feel
night
the
light.
music. Shining.
Shining through the city with a little fucking soul. So I'ma light it up like dynamite. This is
1, 2, 3, 4, up, down. 1, 2, 3, 4, up, down.
shining through the city with a little fucking soul. So I'ma
1, 2,
light
3,
it
4,
up
up,
like
down.
dynamite.
1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. Okay, so our energizer is until here. I hope you were energized from our chair dance energizer. Remember, you can do this energizer anytime you want. I hope to see you again. Bye!
Yes, thank you so much, Miss Phoebe Gulia. Anyways, this time, one of the main program inside the International Youth Fellowship is actually the Good News Corps Overseas Volunteerism Program, or amply known as GNC, wherein digging deeply into the lives of the natives, our volunteers who were dispatched to different countries or to the countries of their choice learned language skill. They also learned the culture of that country, and of course, they learned the right and proper mindset. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to show you first this volunteer experience story by our Russian volunteer, Miss Natalia Shasevik.
Здравствуйте, меня зовут Наташа, я из Москвы. И недавно я была волонтером по программе Good News Corp в Африке, Бурунди. Бурунди – страна, которая называют сердце Африки. Там на самом деле очень много животных, которые бегают по зеленым просторам, которые вы могли встретить только в кино. Большую часть времени в Африке идет сезон засухи, и там не хватает воды, там нет дождя, поэтому тех африканцев, которых я встретила, тех друзей, которых я приобрела, они стали как каплями воды в моей черствой жизни. Я родилась в небольшом поселке Кизнер в России. И дедушка по маминой линии, он очень ждал внука. Но когда я родилась, я стала 6-й внучкой, поэтому дедушка и его семья очень разочаровались. И когда я росла без особой любви, без особого внимания, поэтому мне было очень грустно. Почему я так несчастна? Я тоже хотела иметь теплые дружеские отношения со своей семьей. Я тоже долго думала, почему моя жизнь такая. В 2009 году я переехала в город Ижевск для того, чтобы поступить в университет. И как-то к нам приехали волонтеры по программе Good News Corp в Ижевск. Тогда я с ними встретилась и первый раз познакомилась с иностранцами, вообще в первый раз в моей жизни. Мне было очень интересно с ними познакомиться, они были очень дружелюбные, когда мы с ними разговаривали. И когда я смотрела на них, у меня была такая идея. Я бы тоже хотела поехать в другую страну и жить точно так же, как эти ребята. После этого, через несколько лет, я узнала об организации IYF в Москве. И спустя какое-то время я смогла поехать волонтером в Африку, в Бурунди. Когда я приехала, на самом деле жизнь не казалась такой уж легкой. И я встретила очень много разных животных, и в доме у нас жили ящерицы, которых я так сильно боялась. Они мне напоминали просто маленьких крокодилов. И когда я ходила на улице, да, я видела много насекомых разных, и богомолов, и кузнечиков. На самом деле я их очень сильно боялась. И один раз я даже себя поймала на мысли, зачем я здесь, что я здесь делаю. Да, потому что жизнь была совсем нелегкой. Однажды в Африке я заболела амебиозом. Это такая болезнь, которая распространяется в желудке и в кишечнике, чаще всего из-за непривычной воды. Такое не встречается у африканцев, у местного населения, но чаще встречается у иностранцев. Симптомами у меня были высокое давление и большая температура. Да, я очень плохо себя чувствовала, и у меня была диарея, поэтому я даже не могла нормально вставать с кровати и постоянно падала. Но моя подруга Анжа, она постоянно ко мне приходила и заботилась обо мне, и также приносила лекарства. Как-то раз она принесла мандарины и, широко улыбнувшись, сказала мне: «Я желаю тебе скорейшего выздоровления». Мне было сначала непонятно, но очень приятно, что она так заботится обо мне. Глядя на нее, я часто не понимала, почему она так немного помогает, но я была очень благодарна. И тогда впервые я увидела, хотя мое тело, оно очень слабое, и я совершенно не могла ничего делать, тогда я увидела именно в моей душе, что такое столкновение разума с сердцем. Спустя некоторое время мой английский адаптировался, и я смогла разговаривать на английском языке и подружиться со многими людьми. Тогда африканцы дали мне имя канеза, что обозначает большое счастье. Я даже как-то задумалась, а правда ли подходит мне это имя? А правда ли я являюсь большим счастьем? Но спустя некоторое время я увидела, что на самом деле я очень счастлива именно здесь, в Африке. На самом деле не было проблемы то, что я несчастна. Была проблема только в мысли об этом. И когда я это осознала, я могла общаться с многими ребятами именно по этому поводу. Это был уникальный и удивительный опыт прожить в Африке 1 год. И спустя год мне пришло время возвращаться на родину, в Россию. Мне было очень жаль и очень грустно покидать эту страну, потому что она стала как моя вторая родина. Но когда я вернулась, я была очень благодарна программе IYF, что я могла поехать. Большое спасибо IYF за то, что они помогли мне почувствовать жизнь с другой стороны. Вы когда-нибудь чувствовали, что ваша жизнь похожа на сушу? Программа Good News Corp становится каплями дождя для такой засушливой жизни и дает цветы надежды. Даже в моей жизни, похожей на сухую землю, благодаря Good News Corp я стала самым счастливым человеком. Спасибо!
Yes, thank you so much. So as you can see, the Good News Corps Overseas Volunteer Program is like for our youths here in the Philippines, we are sending overseas. So we are sending them to the country of their choice, and they are going to stay there for a year as a volunteer. So in the youths here in the Philippines, they are all talented. They do have a lot of skills. They have a lot in store for them. But the problem is the opportunity. That is why the International Youth Fellowship is providing a lot of opportunities to all of our youths out there to exercise their skills, their talent, not only here in the Philippines, but also abroad. Just like me, I also experienced being a Good News Corps overseas volunteer to Japan. So I stayed in Japan for almost 2 years, and I also went to South Korea and I stayed there for almost 1 year. So to all of our participants who are here with us, you could be one of our Good News Corps overseas volunteers. So you could go to Burundi, just like Miss Natasha a while ago, or you could go to South America, North America, Australia, or anywhere of your choice, because IYF is headquartered to 90 different countries around the world. So you could go and be a volunteer for a year. And right now, we are actually recruiting volunteers. For those who would like to go abroad and be a volunteer, you could send us a message freely in our official Facebook page, the International Youth Fellowship Philippines. Anyways, speaking of volunteerism, this time to know more about this program, we had prepared this talk show, which is called the PGNC Talk Show, Ang Buhay Voluntaryo. So ladies and gentlemen, we'll be watching this up on our screens.
Welcome to the PGNC Talk Show, and this is Buhay Voluntaryo! And of course, this afternoon, we will be making this day so special for you. You know why? We will welcome beautiful and awesome people coming all the way from different continents in the world. Let's welcome our beautiful ladies. Okay, let's have seats, ladies. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Deo, your host for this afternoon, and I'm also a member of PGNC, or Philippine Good News Corps. And guess what? I was also a volunteer to another country back then, long time ago. Wow. Okay. But I decided to go to Thailand as a GNC or Good News Corps because my life back then in the Philippines was somehow not enough for me. But when my mentor told me and he suggested, okay, I hope you go to this country and experience change in your life. When I heard the word change, it brought consciousness and curiosity inside my heart. And that's when I decided to go and fly abroad. And that's why I gained this extreme happiness, extreme change, and total change in my life. And for this afternoon, we will complete your happiness package, of course, with the help of our guests today. They are beautiful ladies coming all the way from different countries as volunteers. Let's start with the lady from the left.
Yes, thank you so much. Hello everyone, my name is Chari De Leon and I am a communication professional and the current president of the Philippine Good News Corps Volunteer Alumni. Actually, I was sent to Malawi, in Africa last 2019 and I stayed there for about 22 months, which is longer than what is expected because I don't know, I fell in love in the country, most especially in those people whom I could live with in Malawi, Africa. They were the greatest people I met in my life. So that's all.
Well, normally Filipinos are going abroad for one common reason, and that is to find a job. But here we are hearing a story that as a Filipino youth, I am deciding to go abroad as a volunteer. Well, that's a good question, right? But Miss Cherry, what made you decide to go to that country and how far is it from the Philippines to Malawi, Africa?
Well, I am not really sure how far the Philippines is from Malawi, but I spent around a day and a half going there because it depends on the ticket that you are going to buy. But I bought a cheaper one, that's why I spent around a day and a half going to Malawi, Africa. And for the question, what made me go there is that like what you said, Deo, I was actually also finding more about myself. I want to challenge myself. So when I reached the age of 21, the age wherein many people or a lot of my friends are already going to work, finding job, I was lost. I could say I was lost. That's why I wanted to find myself and I volunteered. I applied to the Good News Corps Volunteer Program of International Youth Fellowship, and through the recommendation of my mentor, I went to Malawi.
Wow, that's great. And for our second guest this afternoon, let's welcome. Please introduce yourself, ma'am.
Hello, Deo, and hello, everyone. Sawadee ka. My name is Phoebe, and I am the president of Japan Technologies Philippines, and I was a Good News Corps volunteer to Thailand last 2010.
Oh, wow. So you went to Thailand as a Good News Corps volunteer. I think I went there too. And if I could remember, we were actually teammates or batchmates as a Good News Corps volunteer. So you know the year when we went there. Okay, what made you decide to go there and how old were you when you went to the country of Thailand?
I was 20 years old during that time, and I was a graduating student, and I met this organization called the International Youth Fellowship. And in that organization, they have this program called the GNC, or the Good News Corps Volunteer. And I was very interested going to abroad and experiencing going to abroad. And that is the time that I went as a volunteer in Taiwan.
That's very nice to hear. Wow. Going to Thailand Thailand is not that far from the Philippines. It'll take, if I'm not mistaken, like 3 hours and 30 minutes if you want to go there. Ticket is not also expensive, and right now, despite the COVID, they are accepting volunteers Filipino volunteers. So if you want to go there, just go and ask information from us. And right now, we will welcome our special guest, or another special guest this afternoon.
Yes, and good afternoon, everyone. Hello to all of you who are together with us for this day. And my name is Leia, and now I am the principal of the Lincoln School of Arts and Languages here in Quezon City, Philippines. And I was a member of the Good News Corps to Vietnam from the year 2010-2011.
I'm just pretty interested about this program in Vietnam as a Good News Corps, because even though we all have this common idea what GNC stands for, but may we know what activities you've done in Vietnam as a Good News Corps volunteer, Ms. Leia?
Yes, as you have said, Good News Corps is really a very interesting activity of the International Youth Fellowship. You know, Good News Corps, or the GNC Overseas Volunteering Program, is a heart-changing experience. When I went to Vietnam, of course, I am teaching English there. I also experienced dancing, although I'm not dancing here in the Philippines at all because my body is really stiff, right? So I never dared to dance here in the Philippines. But when I stayed in Vietnam while I am a Good School volunteer, I experienced dancing and also experienced singing in front of a lot of people. So that is why Good News Corps is really an authentic opportunity for young people like us. Especially, it helps us to overcome challenges, and also it teaches us, or it transformed us into people who could sacrifice ourselves to others.
Wow, heart-changing experience. That is a very important keyword that we must focus on today. All right. So GNC, as Ms. Leia had just said, it's a platform or a way for many youths to see themselves in a brighter and bigger perspective. The GNC is a Good News Corps platform where Filipino youth, not only Filipinos but also youth coming from all walks of life in different countries, can choose a country where they want to go to learn the language and culture. But most importantly, as they arrive in that country and decided to stay there for a span of time, for example, 10 to 12 months, they will also not learn the language and culture themselves, but also the hearts of the people that will teach them a new life, a new beginning, a new start, a fresh start that they can bring back to their country and use it as a foundation for a new life and to change the people just like them, just like how they have received this change in themselves while being a volunteer in their host country as a GNC volunteer. All right? And to complete your happiness package for this afternoon, and because this is the PGNC Talk Show, we prepared this afternoon to make you happy. So we have a challenge for our guests today. All right, let's give it up for our Come with Words of the Day. Okay, let me shake it up, and ma'am, please pick your first word, and she will translate it for all of us. Okay? Okay, thank you. Now please open it. What's the word?
It's nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you.
Okay, it's nice to meet you in Vietnamese is rất vui được gặp bạn. The what?
So what?
The what? The what? Okay, let me repeat slowly.
Okay.
That's rất vui được gặp bạn.
Rất vui được gặp bạn.
Okay.
Oh.
Rất vui được gặp bạn.
Okay.
In Vietnam, we have 6 tones. So you have to be careful in your pronunciation. Once your tones are in different one, then the meaning will be different also.
It will change.
Yes, it will change. So rất vui được gặp bạn. And rất vui means so happy or
So
very happy.
Rất vui means so happy.
So rất vui is what?
Okay, thank you, Miss Leia. And for our next guest, Miss Phoebe, Thailand. All right, here you go.
I'm excited.
You should be excited, of course.
Because I might forget. Try language.
You can do it.
Okay.
You can do it.
What's this? Okay. Do you speak English?
Do you speak English? She will translate it, guys. Please listen and take note, alright?
Okay, so in Thailand, they say, Kun put basa Angrit Thai mai ka. That's long.
It's too long. Can you please
It's too
repeat it?
long.
One more time, one more time.
Kun
Kun.
put basa Angrit
Basa Angrit
Thai mai ka.
Thai mai ka.
Yeah, so in Kun, it means you.
You.
Yes. So in Thailand, they use kap or krap. So it has different meaning. If you're women, you use kap, and if male, they use krap.
Crap.
So it's like in Filipino, it's opo and po.
Oh, okay. Alright, thank you so much. That's a very good knowledge. Alright, and of course, for our last guest, that's...
Wait, before I choose, I have something to confess. I have something
She has something to confess. Okay, I don't know. What's
because
that?
although I spent almost 2 years in Malawi, I'm sorry to tell, but I couldn't learn the language that much. Like they did, because Malawian people are very good in speaking in English. That's why, and like us Filipinos, we can communicate easily with them. But I will try. I will try to. Yeah, I will try.
Okay, what's the word first?
So it's I am from blank. So I can say that country, right? I am from Philippines, and it's hindi na wachokera to Philippines. It's like you're having a graphic, right? Yeah.
Like a hip hop, you know, guys. Hindi ni what you care, hindi ni what you care. Like that.
Yes. You know, it's just like Spanish or something.
Yeah, sounds like that. Oh.
Yeah, I think because the African countries like us was colonized by European
countries.
Yeah, European countries. So I could say that it's somehow similar, but it's Indine Cochera ku Philippines.
Okay, let's repeat that one more time, please.
Indine Cochera ku Philippines.
Ku Philippines.
Yes. I am from Philippines. It's like achara.
It sounds like hindi na la cochera sa Philippines. It sounds like that, guys. But anyway, it's good.
That's
It's good.
good. Very good translation.
Okay. And of course, we have more second round. Okay, second round.
It's easy.
Okay.
Yes.
This is no more games. Okay.
I might black out, you know.
Okay. And then there you go.
It's
Please
really easy.
take your words so that you can prepare, guys.
Oh my
Okay. As your mercy. Alright. Okay, let's start from Miss Cherry first. Okay. Going to the.
I was actually looking.
Who wants to go first?
Okay, I will go first.
Okay, Miss
I
Vivi.
think-
Miss Vivi.
Oh, I always heard this.
Oh.
Or when you introduce yourself. So in Thailand, what's your name?
Oh. Okay.
So let me answer it. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you don't know? No. I will answer it later.
Okay. I thought you could answer right. Okay.
I have the second question actually. How old are you?
Okay. Miss Vivi.
Okay, so in Thailand, they said that Kunchu aray ka?
Kunchu aray ka.
Yes.
Okay.
Kunchu
Oh.
aray ka. Kunchu aray ka.
So what's the translation, per word? Like kun means you, right?
Kun means you. Chu means name.
Name.
Aray,
Alright.
not aray.
Okay.
Ouch. Aray, what?
What?
So it's somehow like reverse.
Reverse,
Yes,
something
it's
like
like you name what? Like
Yes,
like that.
Yes.
Kunchu aray ka. So
But it-
ka and ka.
But I think it's Thai language like similarly structures like similar to Tagalog. Anong pangalan mo? Like this. But yeah, it's the reverse.
But Vietnamese is just the same. Yeah. You name is what? Like that thing.
But then la si. But then la si. So
But-
but means you or friend. But then means name. La is. Z is what. So
Z.
you name is what. Like that.
In Vietnam, Z. In Thailand, Aray. In Tagalog, ano? Alright. Okay, so yes, who wants to go next?
Let me do it.
Okay.
Because The one that I chose is my name is.
My name is. Alright.
My name is in Vietnamese. Tôi tên là.
Tôi tên là.
So far, I think
It's
it's
easy,
the
right?
easiest one.
Tôi
Tôi
means
là.
I.
I.
La means is.
Is.
Tên means name. La means is. Tôi tên là.
Tôi tên là.
Okay, tôi tên là Leia. Your name should have also tone.
Tone.
Leia.
Tone.
Phoebe, Phoebe.
In Thailand, it's like Phoebe.
Oh, yes, right. Phoebe. So if you will use Tôi Ten La, it should be Tôi Ten La June. Like that.
No, it's like tôi tên là June.
June.
Yes, it should be
Straight intonation.
Tôi tên là.
Wow. You can see the variation of intonation, but if you learn these languages, guys, you're gonna be really good, you know, in
It's
front of others. Very interesting, yes. Okay, with our next guest.
So when you are introducing to someone, this is like the most common question. How old are you?
How old are
How
you?
old are you? So as what the Google Translate is saying.
Okay. All right.
Okay, it's Kodi muli di Zaka Zingat.
Wait, it's too long. One more time, please.
Okay. Kodi muli
Kodi muli
hindi Zaka Zingat.
hindi zaka zingati.
Okay. Kodi muli hindi Zaka Zingati.
Kodi muli hindi zaka zingati.
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 Okay. So that is how they ask for your age, but just like just for everyone's information. Okay. Although people are old in Malawi, they don't consider age that much unless they have child or they are already a mom or a mother. But they are like friends.
Friends.
So they just call like older than you, hey Cherry or hey June. So they don't like use somehow like ate, what we use ate, but in Malawi, that's what they do. It's like Americans. Yes, they
I see. Alright, so thank you so much. And I guess that's gonna be it for this part of, translating the words. But after a few moments, we'll be back with another session or another fun game for all of you guys just here at the PGNC Talk Buhay Voluntario.
아프리카 탄자니아에는 어려운 가정 형편으로 교육을 제대로 받지 못하는 학생들이 여전히 많습니다. 탄자니아 학생들을 위해서 한국 청년들이 문화교육에 나섰다고 하는데요.
자, 이번에 소개해드릴 젊은이들도
네.
이 청춘을 무기 삼아서 전 세계를 돌면서 1년 동안 봉사활동을 펼쳤다고 합니다.
네.
머나먼 이국 땅 에티오피아에는 축구를 통해서 희망을 전하는 동포 청년이 있습니다. 현지 축구단 코치로 일하면서 한국식 팀 플레이와 협동심을 가르치고 있다고 하는데요.
세계 각국에서 온 자원봉사자들이 학교 외벽에 벽화를 그리고 있는 중이다. 세계 지도를 그리는 봉사자들의 얼굴이 낯설지가 않다.
그런데 우리나라 자원봉사단이 아프리카의 큰 잔치 중에 하나인 아프리카 대학체전이라는 행사에서 눈부신 활약을 펼치고 왔는데요.
네, 에티오피아 정부 관계자분들도요, 그 열정적인 우리 봉사단분들의 모습에 정말 감동을 하셨다고 합니다.
이런 게 바로 국위선양 아니겠습니까?
네.
우리 봉사단이 해외에서 뜻깊은 일했다는 게 정말 자랑스럽고 아주 그 주말을 맞이해서 훈훈한 소식 잘 봤습니다.
여기 군 뉴스콜을 통해 진정한 행복을 만난 사람들이 있습니다. 우리는 1년 동안 자신의 한계를 뛰어넘었고 마음을 나누며 함께 흐르는 법을 배웠으며 그동안 알지 못했던 내 모습을 발견하면서 변치 않는 사랑을 만나 변화되는 행복을 배웠고 이제 또 다른 변화를 향해 나아갑니다. 세계 최고의 군 뉴스코 해외 현장 프로그램 인큐베이팅 사람을 키웁니다. 교육봉사 프로그램을 통해 교육과 경험의 장을 만듭니다. 우리는 세상을 바꾸는 디자이너입니다. 사회봉사 프로그램으로 현지에 실질적인 도움을 줍니다. 빈 종이 위에 꿈을 디자인하는 자기계발형 봉사. 문화 외교 프로그램으로 한국 문화와 현지 문화의 교류를 실현합니다. 우리는 마음과 마음을 잇습니다. 선도 봉사 프로그램으로 사람들에게 기독교 정신을 바탕으로 희망의 메시지를 전합니다. 위대함은 평범함을 깨는 것입니다. 민간 외교 프로그램으로 세상에 큰 일을 할 수 있는 리더로 성장해 나갑니다. 선택의 폭이 넓은 월드와이드 해외봉사. 군 유스코 해외봉사단은 세계 최다 보유국가인 95개국에서 해외봉사를 진행합니다.
Coming back, of course, for you guys, and this is the PGNC Talk Show with our guests from Malawi, from Thailand, and from Vietnam, and me too, from Thailand. Okay, and of course, you know, guys, few moments ago we were talking about where did you go as volunteers, and could you please translate some words for us? And all of these things made us happy. And to continue your happiness package for this afternoon, we have another game. Okay. So this is the magic cup, alright, that I'm gonna give to our guest again for this afternoon. And before we start, guys, how much or what's the percentage that you can still remember your languages?
For me, I think I still remember a lot of words, Vietnamese words, because I stayed in Vietnam for 4 years, and I also studied Vietnamese language and culture, and I ended up graduating in Hanoi University, so that's why Vietnamese language maybe is very it's already part of my life.
Oh, so she's fluent, guys, in Vietnamese language. OMG. Wow. Alright, what about our next guest?
Maybe
Okay.
15%.
50.
15%.
15%. Okay.
It was 10 years ago, so I maybe forgotten some of the words.
Okay.
And
So if
especially
she's
you don't talk to any
yeah,
Thailand.
if she's 15%, I might probably be 5%. Okay. So well, let's give it. Okay.
Well, as I confessed earlier, I'm not really remembering any Malawian words. But another confession that I want to do in front of everyone of you is that as I was staying in Malawi, I could had a chance to be with our director, who is a Korean, and of course I could also be with Koreans, most especially Koreans, and I am the only Filipino there. So one advantage that I could get being a volunteer abroad is that I could learn probably not the native language of Malawi, but I could also learn actually Korean. Wow! So if there is a prize, I would use my Korean language in order to win this, okay? Is that okay?
Alright, that's okay.
Okay.
You know what's funny, guys? She stayed, alright, in Malawi for more than a year. But she could speak Korean way better than Malawian language. My goodness. Okay.
That's the diversity of our volunteers.
Exactly.
Right.
Yes, exactly. Diversity of our program. Wow. Okay. Yes, so without further ado, let's give it up for our next game. Are you ready?
So what should I do?
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pick Okay, one piece of paper, and each paper contains a phrase or a sentence with 3 words, probably. And as soon as you hear that, you can raise your hand. Whoever raises their hand first will be the first person to answer the question. And within the given time, whoever has more answers is the winner. And they will be getting the prize. Alright?
Already winner. We already have a winner.
I hope I will raise my hands fast.
Okay.
And what's the prize, guys? You know what's the prize? Prize is a ticket.
Wow.
Going to,
Where?
Second hometown?
yes, to the IYF. Okay, alright. Let's give it up. Okay, so I'm gonna...
Where IYF is branched for about 90 countries.
Yeah, so randomly.
Randomly.
Okay, randomly.
Okay.
Okay, there you go. Here's the first phrase.
Oh my god.
In 3, 2, 1, how are you? I didn't see that. Okay, it's Miss Leia. Alright. Okay, what's the translation of how are you in Vietnamese?
How are you in Vietnamese is Bạn có khỏe không?
Okay, let us repeat that again one more time.
Bạn
Bạn
có khỏe
khỏe
không?
không?
Bạn có khỏe không?
Bạn
có
khỏe
không? Oh, like Bangkok.
Oh,
Sounds familiar.
yes, like Bangkok.
Yeah.
Bangkok in Bangkok. Okay, wow.
Okay.
Very nice. Okay, 1 point for Miss Leia. Yay! All right. Next, guys, for the second sentence. And this is the PGS talk show. There you go.
I'm nervous.
Where are you from? My goodness. Who got it? Who got it? Who got it? Okay, I think it's Cherry. Okay. Cherry got it. Yeah, Miss Cherry, where are you from?
I could only still. I was beginning Korean. Okay. 어디서 왔어요?
Wow.
Oh! Wait, you can speak Korean, really?
Yes, I learned Korean while I was staying in Manila. So that's a good thing.
Oh wow, that's really interesting, guys. She stayed in Malawi, an African country,
And learn Korean.
and learned Korean. Okay.
Okay. That's
so nice.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm becoming speechless right now. Okay. So can you teach us the word again, please?
Okay, sure. So 어디서 왔어요?
왔어요. Okay, guys, please write it down. Okay, can I try it? 어디서 왔어요? Like this?
Korean Vietnamese.
Okay.
It's Korean.
One more time, please. One more time.
어디서 왔어요?
어디서 왔어요?
Question.
왔어요? Alright. Okay, good job. And for our next word, the talk show. What?
Not yet. I'm excited.
Okay.
Okay. Why don't you ask your committee who
Okay.
raised their hands first?
Okay, who do you want to raise their hands first? Okay, who? Oh, Miss Phoebe? Oh, Miss Cherry or Miss Leia? Okay, you can type it in the chat. You can type it in the chat box right now, guys. Oh, I can see. Okay, some people are typing it right now. Okay, anyway, let's go. And it's a great day. Okay, Miss Leia. All right. Okay, it's a great day.
It's a great day. Hôm nay là ngày tuyệt vời.
Oh.
Hôm nay là ngày tuyệt vời.
Okay, can you one more time slowly, please?
Hôm nay là ngày tuyệt vời.
Tuyệt vời.
It's so nice, right? But it keeps on going down.
Yeah.
Yes, you're getting depressed.
Yes. Can you do it again one more time, please?
I have a question though.
Okay.
What was the?
Yeah. So it says here.
It's a great thing, but you're depressed.
It's Vietnamese people always depressed. No, but actually, it's because of the
baritone.
Okay.
But you know, my tone is from the capital city of Vietnam,
Which is
Hanoi.
Hanoi.
Yes.
Oh.
But in other part, like in the central part or in the southern part, they have also different way of speaking. Like they have different tone. But I can't do that.
You can only speak the
Hanoi.
Hanoi.
Yes. Hanoi intonation is really hard, stiff. It's very tough, like what you can hear right now. But in southern or western, or I mean, central part of Vietnam, they speak very like yes, it's very light. Like this. I don't know how to speak. Like that. But in Hanoi, it's too hard.
So just similar to Thailand, right, Miss Phoebe? Like when Thai people actually speak, because I'm also from Thailand as a volunteer, they use their nasal, their nose, as they speak to make or sound cute before the audiences, right, Miss Phoebe?
Yes, that's right.
All right. So can you give them a little example of "It's a Great Day"?
One knee.
Okay. She's shy. Okay, let's give it a try.
One knee. Di mạc.
Oh, okay. One more time, please. One more time.
One knee. Di mạc.
Okay. One knee. Di mạc. Okay.
So it's different from Vietnamese because
It's going up.
It's going up. In Thailand, it's going up.
It's going up. Okay. So let's repeat again from Miss Leia.
Okay. Hôm nay là ngày tuyệt vời.
Hôm nay là ngày tuyệt vời.
In Thailand, one knee.
One knee di mạc. Alright. Okay, that's good. Good combination of languages. Okay. Alright, so let's go for our next phrase of the day for the PGNC Talk Show. And you look great! Okay, they're out of consciousness right now, guys. Okay, they're probably thinking and processing the words. Okay.
But actually, I don't remember the word or the sentence. I just raised my hand.
Oh, she's confident. Okay, she's confident. Oh my goodness, she's confident.
But while I'm raising my hands, the words are coming out from my head. So
Yeah.
I can remember the translation of this sentence.
Alright. So, okay, this is what we're gonna do. Miss Leia will translate it as well as you do. Alright, let's go! Okay, so you look great, Miss Leia.
You look great.
Yes.
You look great. Bạn trông tuyệt.
Bạn trông
tuyệt. Tuyệt. Actually, it's T-U-Y-E-T with a dot.
Oh.
Tuyệt.
Tweet.
But you know, for you to pronounce letter T well, it's not like English, because in English there is an air, right, coming out from your mouth. Whenever we pronounce the letter T, it's T. But in Vietnamese, we don't pronounce it that way, but it's a hard one. There should not air coming out from your mouth. Bạn trông tuyệt.
Bạn trông tuyệt.
Yes.
Okay, alright.
That's right. This is whenever you speak Vietnamese, to do this.
Yes.
Yes. For you to get the intonation.
Exactly. Oh, let's go to Thailand. How do you say you look great in Thailand?
You look great, I forgot.
Okay.
Can you help me? Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna help this to be still, guys. Alright. You look great is like kun. Do. Di mạc. Alright. One more time, please. Kun. Do. Di mạc. Alright. So that means kun is you, di is good. Sorry. Kun is you, do is look, di is good, and mak is like much or very much. So
D is good.
yeah, D is good. So kun do di mak.
Do di mạc.
Alright. So let's go to our Malawi volunteer.
Malawi.
Korean, Malawi / Korean volunteer. Okay.
So later, if you're going to translate, you look great. Good, great. In
You look
Korean.
great.
Like it's just 좋아 보여요. 좋아 보여요. 좋아 보여요.
Jowa
보여요.
Boyoyo.
Like 좋아.
Like a Jowa.
좋아.
Jowa.
Boyfriend and girlfriend. So 좋아 is like good. Okay, and 보여요 is you look.
Jowa Boyoyo. Jowa Boyoyo. How about going down?
좋아 보여요.
Okay.
It depends. If you want to make it a little bit cute, 좋아 보여요. Like this.
Jowa Boyoyo.
It's like how you proceed in Korean dramas.
I also watch Korean drama, but not too often.
Okay.
Okay, wow, you really are great guys in translating. But there's more, okay?
Sure.
So let's pick up one more word. It's gonna be a very easy word.
Okay. I will raise my feet.
Okay, alright. Because Miss Leia has, the most confident person among us. Alright?
Exactly.
And we need 1% of that.
Because I learned language, the Vietnamese language in university. And that's my major, Vietnamese language.
Sana all, guys.
So it's a shame if I forget Vietnamese
That's right.
language, right? And I really love Vietnamese language. It's very interesting, really.
In connection to that, guys, I'm not saying that all of us should be staying longer than that, but it's an opportunity for Miss Leia to go to Vietnam and prolong her stay there as a student and to graduate in one of the best universities in Vietnam, right?
Yes, that's right. Before I go to Vietnam, actually I was a second year, or I finished 2 years of my major in St. Louis University here in Baguio.
In Baguio.
Oh, information technology. I already finished 2 years, but then I stopped with my university, and I was sent to Vietnam with the help of my mentor, Reverend Abraham Nam, the president of IYF here in the Philippines.
Yeah, right.
So I went to Vietnam, Hanoi, with the heart, what about my education? Because for me, education is all.
Yeah.
Education is life, right? And as a young person like me, there are a lot of things awaiting for me in the future if I will have a very good education.
Right.
But then with the guidance of my mentor, I accept that, and I ended up graduating in Hanoi University with more opportunities and with more unique experiences that I can bring with me for my whole life. And it's really interesting.
And I heard that she graduated with, what's that?
Flying colors.
Flying
Flying
colors.
colors.
What's that?
Long hair.
Cum laude? Cum laude or what's that?
Latin honors.
Cum laude, guys. My goodness.
Yes. And that time I was with Chinese students and Korean students. So at the same time, like Miss Cherry, I also learned other languages like a little bit Chinese and also a little bit Korean.
So you can speak Korean, Chinese,
Yes.
Vietnamese, English, Tagalog, and
Ilocano.
Guys, we have a multilingual here. Oh my goodness. Oh.
Tara na.
Okay.
She can also speak Korean, right?
Oh yeah, she can speak Korean and her multilingual. Okay.
It's the opportunity given to us by IYF.
By the IYF.
Yes.
So we're highly encouraging you guys to be like us. That's why we have this program today. Alright. And to continue, here's the next sentence for all of you guys. And I'm gonna pick it. Wait, let me just put it again, okay? And, no, there is another sentence. Just okay, I got it.
You look nervous.
I really look nervous right now. Okay, there you go.
I'm ready.
Okay, and 3, 2, 1. I'm hungry. Okay, I saw the hungriest person right now. Okay.
배고파요.
배고파요.
배고파요 in Korean. It's 배고파요.
So I think most of you guys know what the meaning of the word, right? Can you please repeat again?
Sure. 배고파요.
배고파요.
배고파요. Okay. You could probably hear or heard that in the Korean dramas that you've been watching so far. So it's very, how can I say? It's very known. Bego Pai.
Bego Payo. Okay. Oh, good. What about in Thailand? How do you say I'm hungry in Thailand? Right?
Still.
Okay, I mean, still, guys. Okay. Okay. For female, we say chan, right? Okay. Hugh.
Chan.
So it's like chan. Hugh. Ma. All right. Yes, ma. So when we say chan is like for female, for boys. Yeah, I. For female, I. Chan. For boys, home. Okay. I for boys, home. And then Hugh is hungry. So chan home Hugh. Ka for female. Krab for boys. Okay. So let's do it again for female side. Chan. Hugh. Ka. Chan Hugh Ka. For boys, follow me. Home. Hugh. Crab. Okay, that's it. You got it. And for Vietnamese,
Đói quá.
Doi quack.
No, it's not quack.
Okay.
It's Q-U-A. It's quá.
Ah.
Mak. Mak in Thailand, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Very.
Quá.
Ah.
Đói means hungry.
Hungry.
Đói quá.
Doi quá.
They have both the going up intonation.
Ah.
Đói quá.
Doi quá.
Đói quá.
Oh, too short, right? It's much easier than Korean.
Yes, exactly. Đói
Yes.
quá.
Doi
Đói quá.
Doi quá. Now, guys, you might probably be thinking, what's the use of Thai and Vietnamese? Guys, don't get us wrong. Vietnamese and Thai are part of Southeast Asian nations, and their lakon for Thailand and also some movies in Vietnam are becoming popular right now in the Philippines, as well as the Korean. So if you will learn these languages, we suggest you watch those videos and then learn these languages. It will be your advantage. Or you just go there to those countries as Good Scores volunteer, right? Okay, all right. And for the last word, guys, I'm gonna pick here. This is gonna be hard. Okay, so please raise your hand. Whoever can get this correctly will get the prize. The ticket prize. Yeah. Okay. Ready? In 3, 2, it's gonna be like one sentence, okay? 3, 2, 1, go! Volunteerism. Okay, Miss Leia. Okay.
Volunteerism. Tình nguyện.
Nguyện.
But actually, the last letter is T. But in Vietnamese, if the tone is noun, like the sudden stop, T will become like, the pronunciation will become like N. So, tình nguyện.
Alright. Okay, please write it down, guys. Tình nguyện.
It's Vietnamese, always Nguyen name.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
we often see that name.
The surname Nguyen.
It's very popular.
Yes. Most of the population in Vietnam has Nguyen surname. Yes, they have Nguyen surname.
Why?
Yes, big of their population are from Nguyen family.
Nguyen family. Wow.
But they're not related. No. It's
know-
like in Korea, they are almost all Kim, right?
Yeah.
Kim Park. And in Vietnam also we have Nguyen.
How about in Thailand?
In Thailand, most of the time they're not the same.
Yes, different.
It's
They have
they're
two long names.
yeah, long surname and long name. Yes. It's hard to read.
That's why we just have nicknames. Oh, I've heard their nicknames are like animals or fruits.
Yes, yes.
Like nam
Oh.
or water,
Oh.
banana.
Yes, yes, yes.
Banana.
Book like this. Dog my flower. Yeah, they are a Buddhist country, and most of their names are derived from objects around them, so that someday they can resurrect. They can be resurrected, just like their names. That's the meaning. That's the meaning of using their names like that. Some people want to be like a book itself, literally, or a dog, like a bird, or a parrot, something like this. Yeah, water.
No, while we are having this segment, I just want to share
Yeah, sure.
kind of things keeps running on my mind right now. Like I was just very thankful to the Good News School because we could learn these diverse languages, and with these languages that we learned, apart from like being changed after we went to Good News School volunteers, that we could also use this as part of our professional life. Right?
Yes.
So, like me personally, as I told you earlier, although I went to Malawi, I could learn Korean, and using that language that I learned, I could enter a Korean company here in the Philippines, and I could have a professional of like translating, like a translator, something like that. So I think it's a very good thing, and it's very like nice to see that every one of us here, that after sacrificing 1 year of our life as a youth, we could gain something which we could use for our future and for our like professional life. So that's just like I just wanted to
Sure, no problem.
that kind of realizations that I have.
What about you, Miss Phoebe? What do you want to say to our audiences today?
Yeah, so being a Good News Corps volunteer, actually you can experience a lot of things. So not only diversity, we can also learn about like your whole being. So you can learn, because IYF is like non-organization, it's a non-profit organization. Yeah, so here in IYF we can learn about not only language, but as well as you as a being, how you can make other happy.
Yes.
To be
a volunteer. That's good. That's good. And of course, Miss Leia.
Yes, like what they are saying, in Good News Corps or as a whole, the International Youth Fellowship, you're not just learning the skills or knowledge, right? But also you can get here the you can have the heart, the transformed heart or the mindset here in the International Youth Fellowship.
Yes,
So it's not only the skill. Good News Corps volunteering program of the IYF could help you to learn more skills and more knowledge, but through the experiences you've got, it could also share to you the right mindset as a whole of a person. So while we are still young, I was so thankful that the International Youth Fellowship changed us like this. Like what I've told you, it's a heart-changing experience. So, you know, here in the Philippines, like what I told you, I'm the principal of Lincoln School of Arts and Languages, right? So with the experiences I've got from the Good News Corps volunteer, I would like to share this also to the students who are learning in the Lincoln School of Arts and Languages. So I think that is why also we've got this Lincoln School of Arts and Languages, for me to share the changes I've got, for me to share the happiness and the right mindset I've got while I am doing the volunteering work or volunteering life in Vietnam to the students who enroll in Lincoln School of Arts and Languages. Lincoln School of Arts and Languages.
Right.
Yes.
All right. Wow, that's really amazing. You know, guys, each and every member of this Philippine Good News Corps has their own story background, from ordinary life to a more special life to upgraded life, as you can see them right now, right here in the studio today. And by the way, before we end this, what's the translation of, going back to translation, okay? Before we get any further, what's the translation of volunteerism in Thailand?
In Thailand, it's asasama.
Okay, asasama.
It's volunteer.
One more time, can you teach them?
Asasama.
Asasama. Okay.
Asasama.
Okay, in Malawi / Korean,
It's bongsa.
Bongsa.
That's Korean. That's
Okay,
Korean.
that's Korean. In Malawi, can you use?
Call a friend.
Call a friend.
Can I call my friend?
Sure, you can call your friend.
I want to call my friend.
Alright.
Call your friend.
Just like Cherry, she said she learned Korean in Malawi, and now she's working in a Korean company as a translator from Korean to English? Or...
Korean to Tagalog to English.
Oh, okay.
Kudsi Pereka.
Kudsi Pereka.
Volunteerism.
Thank you very much today for our beautiful ladies here, our guests. And who's the winner today? None other than Miss Leila! She will receive the ticket to go back to Vietnam. Yay! That will be given to you in the last day of this program.
And then look forward to
Yes, sure. And guys, our happiness is continuous for this 3-day program. And tomorrow we're gonna bring you another session only here at the PGNC Talk, Buhay Voluntario. Goodbye, guys!
Yes, thank you so much, everyone. And of course, thank you so much to all of our invited guests and everyone who make us happy this morning and to let us know more about the Goodness Corps Overseas Volunteer Program. Really, we are very much happy and we are very lucky because we do have this kind of opportunity for the youths here in the Philippines to learn more and of course to have this opportunity to go outside the country and learn the language, the culture, and many things, just like our guest this afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, by this time, we had invited a very special guest to everyone, wherein our next program is to meet our foreign friends. So are you all excited? If you do, please give me a small heart sign. Everyone is excited? Okay, so thank you so much. Okay, may I ask first everyone to please turn on your videos? Everyone, can you please turn on your videos? Okay, I'll be calling on one by one those who didn't turn on their videos. Okay, so I could see to it that all of our participants are very good in reacting. Yes, thank you so much. Okay, so for this afternoon, we'll be having live a friend from India, and his name is Sir Frankie Maring Merdashang. So, technical team, can we spotlight him? Yes, hello po, sir. Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Yeah. Hello, good afternoon, everyone.
Okay, so to all of our participants who are here, can you please say hi to Sir Frankie? Hi. Okay, so sir, Sir Frankie will be introducing himself, his name, and he will be introducing first himself, the experience, I guess, while being a volunteer to the place where he volunteered. So, Sir Frankie, please introduce first yourself.
Okay, sure. Thank you so much. Okay, once again, hello, everyone, and good afternoon. My name is Frankie, and actually my real name is quite long. So, in short, everyone calls me Frankie. So, as they mentioned, I'm from India, but I don't look like Indian, right? I have almost like a similar face to all of the person here. And actually, I'm from the northeast of India. So if you see the India map, the northeast on the corner side near the Myanmar, Vietnam, and all. So that's why we have our like physical appearance and all. They're similar to those places. That's why I have, the faces similar to you all. And I'm 26 years old. I'm currently working. And also I studying my master's degree from an open university. Then I have done my graduation in computer science honors. And as they mentioned, I have been to volunteer in Thailand in the year 2017 to 18 for almost 11 months. And it was a good time. And like about me, I have one younger brother and one younger sister, and my mother and father. And I live in the capital of India with my family and also with the IYF director and IYF team. I have been attending and I have been a part of IYF since 2004, I guess. And from then on, I've been participating and doing a lot of activities together with IYF. I hope everyone can hear my voice, right? Am I audible clear enough?
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Yes, sir, you are.
Okay, yeah, thank you. So IYF has, taught me many things, and I also got to learn a lot of new things from IYF that I've never experienced anywhere else. And I've also got a chance to visit foreign countries. I've been to Korea twice for attending the World Camp. Because of this pandemic and Corona, we cannot do it offline. But in the previous years, we used to do like a World Camp, global camps, offline in different countries. So I got a chance to visit Korea twice for the same reason. And I also went to Thailand as a volunteer there. And I have experienced, the Thai culture, the Thai, how they live, what kind of food they eat, and then what kind of language they speak. I've experienced them, and it was a wonderful time for me. So when I was there in Thailand, it was completely different from how I used to live in India. So in India, I would just repeat the same daily schedule every day. And I just wake up, go to college, come back, study, and then go to church or something like that. But when I was in Thailand, I did a lot of activities, like going to universities and performing dance, and also recruiting students and inviting students for the World Camp or any camp that we have there. And then we also did the construction of the Thailand IYF new building. So it was a very big building, and it was a nice experience. It was first time in my life to ever do construction work, and it was really tiring, but together with people from different countries, we all worked together for building that doing that construction. So it was quite fun, and it was not tiring at all. And apart from that, when I recall my experiences in Thailand, especially the language was very difficult, because Thailand students, they are very shy and they don't know English that well. So it was difficult to communicate with them, or to even start a communication. But as time passed, 3 months, 6 months, and after that, I started to develop that skill to listen to what they are saying. And even though I don't know what they're saying or what they meant, but the skill to listen, that I gained that skill. And after that, I started to ask people around, what do you mean by that? What is the meaning of this word? Or how to say this sentence, or how can I speak this word? So they taught me, and then finally I could learn the language also, not completely, not completely, but somehow I learned so that I can, talk to them and I can approach students. Actually, if you know about me, if you know my past, or the kind of person I am, actually, I'm a very shy and introvert kind of guy. But as I stay connected with IYF, and because of the activities and because of the exposure the IYF that gave us, that shyness and that introvert nature could I could not help but to forsake it, and I could not help but to keep it aside and go forward in front of people, or to talk to them or to start a communication with them, because if I don't start, then they don't also start. They just stay there. So there is a kind of a wall. But IYF, they taught me, and they gave me chance to overcome that wall and that break that wall between other students and between me. So it was really nice, and especially the food in Thailand was really delicious. I really liked it, and it's my dream to travel all around the world and to see many places like Thailand, Korea, Japan, and Philippines also, and then even in the West also, USA and like South America and all. It's my dream to travel around the world, and I really like traveling also. And there are things that I really want to do, but I just hope that everything will work out for me one by one. So I am really thankful to be here today with all of you also, and seeing a lot of people here. I'm really nervous, but I hope we can have a good time. So okay, for this much I'll say.
Yes, thank you so much, Sir Frankie. Honestly, when I first see you, I thought you're a Thai because I am also a volunteer in Japan, and I do have a lot of friends. I also have some co-volunteers from India, and there are a lot from Thailand. And then there is a one friend of mine. He really looks like you, so I was really shocked. Is he is the because I do have my what do you call this one, the program details, and I can
Yeah.
see that if you are Indian, but you really look like a Thai. So is it right or wrong? So I really clear it to the organizer if you are really an Indian, because some of my friends they are also Indian, but they're really different from you. So while you are talking about Thailand, as a volunteer in Japan, and as a volunteer, and I do have a lot of co-volunteers in Japan who are
Yeah.
Thai people. They always tell me, this food, tom yum goong, the mama, the bento, everything. It's really delicious. I really love Thai foods. And one thing that I love the most are actually their street foods there. So it's really good
Yeah,
to
yeah.
be in Thailand. And I also dream to go to Thailand because of those experiences I've got together with my co-GNCs. And one more thing is that when I went to Korea, I'm with some Indian there, and they asked me to taste this curry. And I really love Indian curry. So, anyways, this time to all of our participants who are here, the first thing that you need to do is to create or to ask questions to our volunteer or to our guests. Okay, so we'll be entertaining some questions from our participants who are here. Hello, everyone. Okay, you can drop.
I mean, no need to call me sir. I'm not that
Okay.
old.
Okay, so Frankie, can I just call you Frankie?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Okay, so if you have a question, everyone, please ask Frankie, and he'll be answering, like, for example, their cultures. Or a while ago, actually, Frankie, while we were doing the scavenger hunt, we went to India. And in that time, we need to make ourselves looks like an Indian, and then there are also like we need to introduce ourselves in Indian. So can you try to introduce yourself in Indian?
Okay, sure.
In Hindi, I mean.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I'll introduce shortly. Yeah, okay. नमस्ते, मेरा नाम फ्रैंकी है. मैं 26 साल का हूँ और मैं मणिपुर से हूँ. So I hope nobody understands. Okay, so I said namaste. Namaste is like hello or good afternoon, like that. So मेरा नाम फ्रैंकी है means my name is Frankie, and मैं 26 साल का हूँ. That means I am 26 years old. And then I said, "Ma'am, Manipur se hoon." So Manipur is the state which is in northeast, and it's my hometown. So I said, "I'm from Manipur." Yeah.
Okay, so we do have a lot of questions already, Frankie. First question is, okay, let me choose this one from Andy de Guzman. Why did you choose to volunteer and why Thailand?
Okay. So actually, why I choose to volunteer is because I wanted to experience something new, and I wanted to like go outside of India once in my life, and I chose Thailand because it is close, and frankly speaking, my financial condition is not that good, but since Thailand is near to India and the fare is also not that expensive, so I chose Thailand. And finally, when I went to Thailand, it was a wonderful experience for me because I learned a lot of things, and especially I never imagined that the food will be so good that I miss I miss the food till now, till today.
Yes, speaking of food, I really, really love Thai food.
Yeah.
Anyways, there is one more question. How many language do you speak?
Oh, I speak, you can say, three language.
Wow.
One is Hindi, which is Indian language, and another is English, and then Thai. Thai, I don't speak like 100%, but you can say 60-70%. And because I learned Thai language when I was in Thailand, so after I came back from Thailand, because of I knew Thai language, when I put that in my resume, companies who are looking for Thai person who can speak Thai, they started to call me and they recruited me. So because of that, now I'm working in a company where I can use my Thai language. Yeah. So that's one
Yes.
of like a benefit of learning another language. Yeah.
Yes, Frankie, you can choose some questions in our chat box below. There are a lot of questions for you. So you could choose and you can read it and answer it in front of our
Sure.
participants.
Okay. Uh, so I see from Team 7, Resilient, so Lilao, why do we need to volunteer? So why do we need to volunteer? Like, it's not necessary, or it's not mandatory, but in life, if you want to experience something new, if you want to kind of like grow and become more open minded towards the world and towards other people, then you can go outside of your country and you can experience many new things, meet new people, learn their culture, and you will see that people, they are, the way you think, the way you live in your country is completely different from how they live, and how they think, or even how they react to certain things. So that is one way to be open up to learn many new things. So I think that's why one can choose to volunteer in another country. And
Yes,
then
you know what? Well, I'm also thinking about that. Like, for me, I also experienced to be a volunteer in Japan and in South Korea. So I could really see the difference, like how I was before when I was just staying here in the Philippines and going outside of my comfort, like going outside of the country. Like, for example, when I went to Japan, the only word I know is konnichiwa. And I'm really puzzled that are they talking about me? Like when there are a group of girls here, they're talking Japanese. I thought that I guess they're talking about me, and I feel bad for that because I don't know. I cannot understand what they are saying. So they have that kind of experience, like when we went to Thailand, and there you feel so small because you don't know how to speak in Thai. Do you have that kind of experience?
yeah, at first when I went there, I was really, how to say, speechless, and I never knew any Thai language from the beginning. And at first, I was thinking to go in another country. Like one of my one of the countries that I want to visit is Japan, actually, because I watch Japanese animation, read manga, Naruto, and One Piece and all. So I am really interested in going to Japan. So I was thinking to go there, but it was kind of difficult and expensive. So I chose Thailand, and I did not know any Thai language also. But when I went there, I had to learn Thai anyhow, because if I don't, then I cannot survive, and I cannot talk with people. So anyhow, even if I speak wrong, or even if I am like not good, I just open up my heart and learn from people around me, and one by one I could learn the Thai language. Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much. And do you have some questions that you want to answer? Or do you want me to choose a question?
See, one common thing that people they kind of like fear or they have in their mind is, suppose they go to another country and they think, I don't know the language, how will I talk to them, and how can I live there? So that is a common thing, like kind of a phobia that people have when they before they go to another country, right? But the thing is, if you don't go out, if you don't experience, then you will never learn, even if you spend a lot of money in your country and try to learn. The most easy and the most efficient way to learn any language is to go to that country and live with the people speaking that language. Why? Because if you just rely on that, okay, someone will teach me, but if you don't practice, then we can never learn, right? So when you go there, nobody is there who will talk to you in your own mother tongue, or in English, but they only know their own language. So that's kind of a profit where you can learn and experience and practice the language. And learning that language is difficult in the beginning, but after months of practice and listening, you will definitely become good at the language. Yeah.
Yes, that is right. You know what? There are a lot of people who really spend a lot of money, like they attend institutions or tutorials. But you know what? If you become a GNC in just 3 months, you will learn the language. Am I right, Frankie?
Yeah, sure.
Yes. And
And
I heard that Thai language is difficult because I could also learn some Thai words from my friends. And then I find it so funny because for me, I guess there are some who speak in Ilocano here. So there are Thai languages or Thai words that means bad in
yeah.
Ilocano in my language. Like for example, that kinnam, nam is water, right? And
Yeah.
so my friends they are saying kinnam, and it's really bad words in my dialect. I speak Ilocano, and kinnam is really a
Oh,
very bad word, like really a bad word. So
I see.
anyways, it's really funny to learn language, right? So
Yeah.
Frankie, while you are going abroad and volunteering, what is the experience that you love the most while volunteering? It's actually a question from Lori Ong. Hello, hello. What experience do you love the most when you were a volunteer?
Uh, when I was a volunteer, the experience that I love the most would be, actually there are many, but I think I would choose, doing the construction work, because frankly speaking, when I live in India, I've never done that much hard work, and I mean physical work. More, since my major is computer science, and I'm in the field of computers, so I have to like kind of sit in front of the computer like more than 8 to 9 hours in a day. So I have no physical activity at all. But when I went there for the first time in my life, I could be free from that kind of situation, and I went to do like construction with the co-GNC who were with me, and with Thai brother and sisters. So we were like working also, and then we were kind of how to say, having fun together with the people around, and making jokes, and kind of like making an atmosphere where like we are kind of making it's making a challenging atmosphere around us, not only just working but enjoying the work, and challenging other people that we can do better than them, something like that. So doing that work and doing the construction was really a good experience and a memorable one for me. Yeah.
It's kind of unusual to listen like you really enjoy doing construction, but while you're explaining the happiness that you got, I was also inspired, and maybe next time we could also try to have the construction service and could experience the happiness that you had. You know what? When you go to Thailand, just like for me, when I went to Japan, there are a lot of culture shocks, like the differences of culture. So, have you experienced that one also? So, can you share some culture shocks that you got while you're in Thailand?
Sure. Like, I don't get shocked very easily because I'm a very passive person, like I don't involve in many things, and I'm not like, or if I see something new, I won't be like, okay, wow, this is something new, wow, this is great. I'm not like that. But the one thing that really surprised me when I was in Thailand was the, how to say, uh, what do you call that in no, the people, like if there is a boy, then they change their gender to female, a girl, like that. So in transgender, the transgender, because if you look at the transgender in India, frankly speaking, they are kind of scary. You don't want to approach them, and you will find them in the, like, in the local trains or even on the street. They will knock on your window when you're inside the car. They will knock on your window and they'll ask some money from you. And in the train also, they come and they'll ask money from you. If you don't give them some money, some amount, they will start to tease you, even touch you. They're very scary. But when I went to Thailand, and when I saw the transgender there, even in high universities or anywhere, I was really shocked because I could not tell the difference between them. They were almost like, if in the outward appearance, if they are girl, then they look girl. But when someone who is Thai, they will tell me, okay, they're not girl from birth. They changed their gender after all. So I was really surprised and I was very shocked, to know that thing. So that is the only culture shock that I have in Thailand. But other than that, everything was really good, really nice.
You know what?
Yeah.
My brother also went to Thailand as a Good News Corps volunteer. His name is Dave Gerald. I don't know if you met him. And then he also told me that experience. Like he went to the mall and he saw three lovely ladies, and she is trying to like give invitation to these three ladies in the mall. But he was so shocked because their voice is like man. But actually, let's go out from that topic. Anyways, Sir Frankie, how old are you that time when you were a volunteer?
I was 24.
Ah, 24 years old. Okay, and
I see there are a lot of questions here.
yeah, so it's hard to choose.
Yeah.
What do you think is the best question here?
Let me see. So some people are asking, how to become volunteers. So how to become volunteers? Actually, there are many programs in the world where, they will ask you to volunteer in other country. But I think the GNC, that the IYF, they do the GNC Good News Corp Overseas Volunteer Program is the best, because they not only kind of like give you training, but they also allow you to stay in another country, and they allow you to experience many new things. Not only like not for a short time, but for even for a longer duration also. So it is, I think many people, if you want to go abroad and if you want to become a volunteer, you can definitely go through the GNC Good News Corp Overseas Volunteer Program. Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much, Sir Frankie. Later on, we'll be giving you some link, and it is actually a registration link if you would like to be a volunteer. And you know what? What catches my attention here in our chat box, the comments of our participants, is the 5555. Okay, so really, at first, I also have some friends, and they always send me 5555. So I don't know what is 5555. So can you explain to them what is the 5555?
555 is, like ha 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 ha, because in Thailand, like the counting 1 2 3 4 5 5 is like ha, so it's kind of like that, ha 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 ha, like that. So
Yes,
555
that's
means ha
right.
ha ha. Yeah.
Yes, and here in the Philippines is he 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 he. And you know what? In Korea, it's amazing because they are k k k k k.
Yeah.
So there are real differences. How about in India?
In India, we don't have anything like that, but we just use like lol or ha ha ha, the same. Yeah.
Okay, so what else do we need to answer? Okay, another question, please.
Okay. So some of you might be wondering, about the Indian culture. So I see some of you asking if Indian people only wear sari. Well, not all the Indian people. And sari is not, a casual dress. Sari is something that you wear only during certain occasions or when you are going to meet someone, or if you have marriage or something like that. But usually there is a different like dress that is similar to sari called kurta. So the girls, they usually wear that, if you have to wear any Indian like dress. Yeah. And if you, I would also want you to, come to India also, if you want to experience a place like, where in my city only, if you come, you will see that there are people from all around the India, from north, east, west, and south, and then people speaking different language. In India itself, we have more than 200 languages. If you go to south, you will find another language. If you go to north, you'll find another language, and if you go to east or west, you will see different languages. So if you want to experience something like that, or if you want to experience you also know about Taj Mahal, I guess. So if you want to see Taj Mahal also, you can come. And if you come here, I will definitely, treat you, and we can go on adventures. So I invite you all to come to India also.
Yes, honestly, Sir Frankie, I recorded this conversation, so you promised us that if we
Sure,
are
sure.
going to. Okay, thank you so much for that. So I guess we'll be entertaining one more question, and after that, we'll listen to the final word of Sir Frankie.
Okay.
I guess we will be just have this one. What does it feel being an introvert, and yet you have an amazing mission to meet people with different backgrounds and cultures? So can you share to us your superpower, sir? Like you know what? Actually global camp, we do have the team like overcoming COVID-19, like withstanding COVID-19 through mental health awareness and cultural exchange. So nowadays there are a lot of youths who are suffering from like stress, or they are being alone because of the pandemic. So what words of wisdom could you share to our youths nowadays, or anything like you got experience because you are introverted before, and how could you come up from that kind of experience or kind of character?
Okay, so according to me, like in my experience, actually it's not easy to come out of that nature, but how to say, like you have to take step forward in in doing things. Introvert people, they usually always stay behind. That's why they never mix with crowd, or never like kind of go forward in front of people. But because in IYF we don't have, the that kind of I mean, we train people so that they can go forward, even if they feel embarrassed, even if they are not ready, even if they feel shy. We train them so that they can take step forward, and they can challenge themselves to come out of that introvert space and experience the world that is outside of that space. And once we experience that world, it's fun. And one by one, like with each step, we become more stronger, and we become more open towards other people. And then one by one, we can stop being introvert, and become someone who can stand in front of people, someone who can start the communication, or someone who can easily go and present themselves in front of everyone. So yeah, I would say that.
Yes, that is really right. Once we try to go out of our comfort zones, our limitations there, we could really see that there are a lot of things. There are a lot of magical things that was prepared in front of us. So once again, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, Frankie, for being with us this afternoon. We are very thankful. And lastly, okay, Leslie, may we hear some words of encouragement for our participants to be a volunteer?
Okay, so I would request all of you to consider about going abroad as a GNC volunteer. I mean, there might be people who are young and who are still in high school, or even younger than that also. But if you go outside, and if you experience something new, then you will never forget that experience and that time, and that will definitely help you, in your future, and even in your lifetime. Like, that thing will come handy. So it's kind of like, it's really nice to go outside and not to only stay in your country. So I hope you might have some difficulties, or some like financial problems, or even mentally, if you're not prepared, then you can always visit the IWF centers in your local area and receive like guidance, and the direction from them. They can definitely guide you, and they will definitely help you to go abroad also. So I hope every one of you will have that kind of experience also, and you will have a better life if you go outside also. So yeah, that much I would say.
Yes, thank you so much, Frankie. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Salamat po.
everyone.
Can you say salamat po?
Salamat po.
Yeah, that is thank you in Tagalog.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so
Thank
much,
you, everyone, for inviting
Frankie.
me. Yeah, sure.
Thank you so much. So, we could really hear a lot of experiences from our foreign friend, Sir Frankie, and we are so thankful for that. And to all of our participants who are here, actually, we do have this GNC program here in the Philippines as well. Just like Sir Frankie, me, and the others who share their experiences, you could also go outside the country. Like if once you are 18 years old, to 30 years old, you could be one of our volunteers. So you could go to Japan, South Korea, Thailand, and in any countries that you would want to. Like you could also go to Burundi, Malawi, Swaziland. Okay, so we'll be posting the announcement, or I mean the link of our GNC link here in our chat box. So technical team, can you please put the GNC link? That is actually the registration link for the GNCs here in our chat box. Okay, so those who would like to be a volunteer as well, you could also contact our official Facebook page, the International Youth Fellowship Philippines, or the Good News Corps Philippines. Once again, the International Youth Fellowship Philippines or the Good News Corps Philippines. And before we will move to our next program, we'll be having first some of our announcements. Okay, so the first announcement is actually the announcement of our winners during our promotion time. So can you please share the screen right now? honestly, we'll be having our all of us are dead. So I would like to remind everyone that we will proceed after we finish the all of us are dead. We'll be proceeding with our after evening session at exactly 7 p.m. Okay, so as you can see right now, the 2022 IYF Online Global Camp already posted the GNC reflection link. So a while ago, during the interview with Frankie, there are a lot of you who would like to become one of our volunteers abroad. So you can please check the link and register as early as possible because we are going to start our local training here in Fairview, Quezon City. So once again, thank you so much. And this time we'll be proceeding with one of the most exciting program during our 2022 IYF Online Global Camp, and that is All of Us Are Alive. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's call on Ms. Hazel to facilitate.
Hello, everyone. Yes, can you hear me? Okay, yes. So, if can you hear me, kindly give me a big heart sign. Yes. So, di ba kanina tinawag po ako ng MC and we are going to have our All of Us Are Alive game. But I think yung mga participants this time, hindi na siya alive. Right? Mukhang hindi na alive ang ating mga participants. So everyone, kindly turn on your cameras. Ayan. So para maging alive tayo this afternoon, please turn on your cameras. Okay? Ayan. So nakita kong marami nang nag-open ng kanilang mga camera. And of course, kapag sinabing alive, di ba? Nagre-response. And also, kung nagre-response kayo, kindly show us your big smiles. Ayun, no, nakangiti na si Mabel. Okay, hello Mabel from Team 3. Ayan, so siya ang isa sa ating mga example of yung mga nakasmile. Si Jody Reng, si Jessalou. Okay, thank you for your beautiful smiles. So this time, we are going to play All of Us Are Alive inside ZEP space. So what is ZEP? That is a metaverse. Sino pong nakakaalam sa inyo ng metaverse? Ayan. You know, metaverse is a space inside the internet or in a world wide web. Okay? Sa loob ng internet. So mamaya, magkikita-kita po tayong lahat sa loob ng ZEP and we are going to play this game. Okay? But before that, okay, I'm going to share my screen. Yes. So in our game, so later on, we are going to send you the link kung saan po tayo maglalaro because we will not stay here in our Zoom. Rather, we are going to move to our application. Okay? First, you need to enter to our ZEP space. So kung makikita po ninyo dito, ayan po yung ZEP space natin. Okay? So, wait a minute. And I'm going to share the ZEP space. Okay, don't forget. Okay, don't forget to... Okay, ayan. So, don't forget to enter here. Okay, so kindly click the link. Okay? So, again. Ayan. So, yung link na yan, it will let you move to the ZEP space. So, may password tayo dyan and just enter password global camp. Okay? And after that, magiging anonymous guest kayo. So, para maging formal, okay, to be a formal one, please change your username. Okay? Change your username. So, depende sa inyo kung anong gusto nyong gamitin. But, I'm suggesting that you should use your complete name or the nickname like that. So, kung makikita ninyo sa baba ng ZEP, meron ganito. Yan. May makikita kayo may profile, just click this one and it will move you to this. Okay? Profile settings. Yan. So, pwede nyo na gawin siya mamaya. Okay? Hanggat mamaya na natin gawin. Okay, so inside the ZEP, sa umpisa pa lang, paglabas ninyo, may makikita kayong mga command. Yan. So, itong mga command keys na to, you just need to follow. Okay? Susundan nyo lang. Okay? So, may mga nakikita na ako nasa loob ng ZEP natin. Okay? Mamaya na po tayo maglaro. Okay? Why? Kasi, okay, baka hindi natin masundan ang ating laro. Okay? And, we have the arrow keys. And also, you need to, kapag lumabas po yung press F, interact with objects, what you need to do is just to press F para lumabas po yung matrigger yung nandong activity. Okay? And lastly, what is the mission for this day? Okay? Everyone listen. First, our mission for day 1 is that look for the first ingredient for the zombie cure. Okay? Dahil sa all of us are alive natin, hindi tayo pwedeng maging dead. We need to be alive. Kaya dapat mahanap natin ang first ingredient. Okay, so everyone, nakapasok na po ba kayo sa ating ZEP space? Okay, so see you tonight dahil after ng ating activity this afternoon, okay, you don't need to enter again here in our Zoom. Rather, enter po kayo this evening. Okay, so everyone, kindly raise your hands kung nakapasok na ba kayo sa ating ZEP. Ayun, nakikita ko marami na nakapasok. So everyone, sa mga naka-phone, okay, enjoy. At sa mga naka-laptop, okay, enjoy. So everyone, let's have the game begin.
challenging.